She's my favorite late night secret.
My wife, Rachel, a brilliant doctor, stood there as her boss, Dr. Porter, drunkenly slurred into a microphone in front of 300 colleagues. He raised his glass and said, "Let's just say her late-night consultations in my office have been mutually beneficial. Isn't that our little secret, Rachel?" The ballroom went silent. Every eye turned to her. Her face went pale, her hand shook, and champagne spilled down her dress. At that moment, something inside me ignited, not jealousy. It was resolve. This powerful man had just tried to destroy my wife. He had no idea he'd just destroyed himself. We fled the party, and in the car, Rachel completely broke down. "It's not true," she sobbed, mascara streaking her face. "None of it is true," I held her, telling her I knew. "But the damage was done. What am I supposed to do now?" she whispered. "Everyone thinks I slept my way to the top." The next day at the hospital was a nightmare. The whispers followed her down hallways. Nurses snickered. Male doctors made crude jokes. Even patients looked at her with suspicion. To make it worse, Porter showed up at her office, acting like nothing happened, calling it all a misunderstanding. That night, Rachel came home, hollow-eyed and defeated. "I think I should resign," she told me. "I can't stay there," I gripped her hands. "No," I said firmly. "We're fighting this." "How?" she asked, her voice cracking. "It's his word against mine." I looked her straight in the eye. "No," I said, "it's his lies against the truth. And we can turn the truth into a weapon." That's when our quiet war began. The first clue came from Mrs. Jenkins, a sweet, elderly patient who mentioned Porter had ordered 3 MRIs for her in just 5 months. Rachel checked her chart and found it made no medical sense. Soon, more stories surfaced. Patients were being billed for procedures they never needed. People were kept in the hospital overnight for no reason. Insurance was being charged for hour-long consultations that only lasted 15 minutes. It was bigger than a vicious rumor. This man was exploiting his patients. We knew we couldn't do it alone. We secretly assembled a team. There was Megan, a veteran nurse who'd seen Porter's true colors for years. Jessica, from the insurance department, had noticed strange billing patterns. Dr. Chang had long questioned Porter's medical decisions. And David, Porter's own assistant, had seen everything from behind the scenes. We met in secret, collecting proof-hidden recordings, inconsistent charts, and mountains of fraudulent billing. Porter wasn't just corrupt, he was dangerous. And we were about to expose everything. The board of directors meeting was packed. Porter sat smugly at the head of the table. That's when Rachel walked in, calm and composed, holding 15 labeled binders. "I'm sorry to interrupt," she said, her voice steady. "But this information requires your immediate attention." She placed a binder in front of each board member. Porter's smirk finally vanished. "What is this nonsense?" he blustered. "This is just retaliation for a silly joke." Rachel met his gaze without flinching. "This is evidence," she declared, "of systematic medical fraud, insurance abuse, and patient endangerment." On cue, our whole team walked in and stood behind her. Megan, Jessica, Dr. Chang, David, and me. Porter's face went white. You can't do this," he stammered. "This is a conspiracy." "No," Rachel said quietly. "This is accountability." She opened the final binder. "Here are 483 questionable prescriptions, $327,000 in inflated insurance charges, and 19 patients who were harmed by unnecessary procedures." He lunged for the files, but it was too late. The truth was out. Porter was suspended that afternoon and fired 2 weeks later. His medical license was gone soon after. Investigators uncovered a decade of fraud affecting countless patients. He lost everything, and Rachel, her name was cleared. She earned the respect of everyone at the hospital and was soon promoted to head of cardiology. 8 months later, a young woman knocked on our door. She told us Dr. Porter had convinced her to mortgage her home for an expensive treatment she never needed. "I heard what you did," she said, her voice shaking. "I found others like me." "Will you help us?" Rachel took her hand. "Yes," she said. "We'll help." That night, Rachel looked out our window at the city. "He tried to crush me," she said softly. "He tried to make me feel small. But he forgot that I'm not alone, and that men like him always fall." She turned to me and smiled. the confident, brilliant smile I fell in love with. Porter called me his mistress, she said. But in the end, we brought him to his knees. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for more stories where truth becomes the ultimate revenge.